Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to start our next chapter in the series of geography through mapping. Now in this series in this video particularly we are going to cover the mountain ranges in India. Now just like the polity series, now I am introducing a new concept in which I will give you some of the explanation regarding the mountain ranges in India, and then straight away we will go to solve the questions. Now the questions are of the good level. I have collected it from various sources, and the explanation part 2 is very important. So you can just sit down to watch this video with a copy and a pen, and you can make the notes out of this video, whichever point you feel that they are necessary and important. I will also tell you the important points that you need to know. So if we talk about the mountain ranges in India, we know that there is a diverse topography of the India. Now in the north we have the Himalayan ranges, then in the south we have the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats, whose meeting point is known as the Nilgiri Hills. Then in the central India we have the Peninsular Plateau, and to the west of Peninsular Plateau lies the Malwa Plateau. Then to the west of Malwa lies the Rajasthan. Okay, the sands and the desert of Rajasthan. If we talk about the northeast, so these northeast hills or the Purvanchal hills are the extension of this Peninsular Plateau only. So these northeastern hills include various hills such as Meghalaya Plateau. Now, yes, Meghalaya Plateau and all. These all are the extension of the Peninsular Plateau. Okay, so one by one we will discuss all of these. Now, if we talk about the northern part of the India, then there is the Great Himalayan Range. Now, this Great Himalayan Range is for a greater significance, as it protects our country, India, from the cold winds that blow through the Russia side. Okay, also it helps to trap the monsoon winds, which is responsible for rainfall in India, and most of the crop system in India that is dependent upon these monsoons. Also, the monsoon rainfall fed the three river system that we find in the northern part of the India, in which Indus River is one of the river system that constitutes the northwestern side. Then there is the Ganga plains area, which constitutes the middle of the northern plains of India, and then to the northeast there is the Brahmaputra. Okay, so this is a brief idea about the physical structure of India. Now if we talk about the northern boundary, so in the northern side there is the range of Himalayas. Now this greater Himalayan range can be divided into the uppermost part, that is the Trans-Himalayan range. Then to the south lies the greater Himalayan range. To the south of the greater Himalayan range lies the lesser Himalayas, and to the lesser Himalayas, to the south of lesser Himalayas lies the Shivalik. Now this is the north to south orientation of the ranges of the Great Himalayas. Now if we talk about the greater Himalayas in specific, then the northernmost range is the Karakoram range. Then south of the Karakoram range lies the Ladakh range, and south of the Ladakh lies Janskar. South of Janskar lies the Pir Panjal, and this Pir Panjal range is the one that is between the Jammu and Srinagar. Okay, now the Atal tunnel that we talk about is also a extension of this. Okay, also the Jozila Pass that connects Jammu and Srinagar is on the Pir Panjal range. Now south of this is Shivalik, which lies in the area of Himachal Pradesh. So this is an extension in the northern part. Okay, let's now move to the central India, that is the part of the Peninsular Plateau. Now if we talk about the Peninsular Plateau here, so now the extension of this Peninsular Plateau, it is Meghalaya Plateau in the northeast, then is the Shillong Plateau, then is the Karbi Anglong Plateau in the northeast. These all are the extension of the Peninsular Plateau. Now if I talk about the central India, then the westernmost part constitutes the west to east configuration. If I tell you about the west to east configuration of these mountains. Then the Satpura Hills is the westernmost. Towards the east lies Mahadev Hills. Towards east of Mahadev Hills lies the Maikal Range, and then there is Chota Nagpur Plateau. This area constitutes the portion of Jharkhand and it is rich in mineral resources. Okay. Now this is the west to east extension. Okay. Now you have to remember this extension, as the question in the exams can ask you about the to arrange these hills accordingly, and I have prepared this explanation part in that respect only. Okay. Now if I talk about South India, so South India is really important. How it is important? So first of all, if I talk about a significant hill, that is Nalla Malai Hills. ठीक है, these hills form the natural boundary. It forms the natural boundary between Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Okay. Now next, if I talk about the Nilgiri Hills, so Nilgiri Hills in India lies in the three states, that is Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Okay. Now the Nilgiri is the meeting point. It is the meeting point of Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats. Okay. I hope this is clear. Now let's move to Karnataka and see some of the important points. Now if I talk about the Karnataka, some of the hills, Karnataka is famous for coffee, and some of the hills that are associated with the state of Karnataka is Baba Budan Hills, and there next is Kudermukh Hills. These both hills are there in Karnataka. And if I talk about the highest peak in Karnataka, it is Mulyangiri. ठीक है, these are the most important points that I have segregated, and I expect you to कि ये सारे points आपको पता होंगे, क्योंकि these are of utmost importance. Okay. Now if I talk about Nilgiris, so the highest peak in the Nilgiris is Doda Beta. See, you have to know that Doda Beta is the highest peak of Nilgiri, not South India. Okay, if I talk about South India as a whole, so Anaimudi is the highest peak in South India. Now if I talk about Annamalai, these Annamalai lies in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, and if I talk about the Cardamom Hills, these lie specifically in the state of Karnataka and only the state of Karnataka. Okay, the highest peak I've already told you is Annaimudai. Okay, now some of the hills in Tamil Nadu that is in north to south direction that you need to know, and it is of the utmost importance, is Javadi Hills, is in the most northernmost part of Tamil Nadu. Then just a second, north to south alignment we are seeing of the Tamil Nadu. Okay, now Javadi Hills is the northernmost, then is Shevaroy Hills. South of Shevaroy Hills lies Panchamalai Hills, and south of Panchamalai Hills lies Palani Hills. Okay, so this is the north to south extension of the hills of the Tamil Nadu. These all points are very necessary and these are very important for you. Now let's straight away, without wasting time, move to the questions. Now these questions are of utmost importance and I expect कि आप इसका सही आंसर करोगे. Now the greater Himalayas, as I have told you, as I have explained you, the question is specifically about the greater Himalayas. How many of these peaks are there in the greater Himalayas? So you can just pause the video and try this question. Now these greater Himalayas, first of all, you need to know, are known as the Himadri also. Now they extend from the Indus River. Now the Indus River system constitutes of 5 rivers, namely Indus, Ravi, Chenab, Jhelum, Beas and Satluj. So these 5 rivers constitutes the Indus Valley system. Okay, now the Satluj is the last river to join the river Indus. Okay, so this greater Himalayan region extends from the Indus River in the west to Arunachal Pradesh, that is Brahmaputra rivers in the east. Okay, these ranges lies in this areas. Okay, now the average height of the mountains in the greater Himalayan region is around 6,000 meter, and those which lies in around Trans Himalayas is the average height is around 8,000 meters. Okay, now if I talk about the hills, then let's see. Now, here is the name of the hills. Now, the hills that constitute the area of Greater Himalayas are Dhaulagiri, okay, Kanchenjunga and Nanda Devi. The important point to know here is that the Nag Tibba is the highest peak of the Lesser Himalayan region, and this Lesser Himalayan region is the region of Uttarakhand. Okay, now other peaks that lies in the Greater Himalayas is Mount Everest. Okay, then there is Kanchenjunga, then there is Makalu, then is Dhaulagiri we have seen, then Kanchenjunga we have also seen, then there is Nanga Parbat, then there is Nanda Devi, Badrinath, Kedarnath, all of these lies in the Greater Himalayas. So only three of these lies in the Greater Himalayas, and Nag Tibba is in the Lesser Himalayas. Okay, so only 3 is the correct answer to this question. Now let's see the next question. We have to arrange it into the west to east direction. Now if we talk about the Dhaulagiri, so this Dhaulagiri is in Nepal. Okay, now it is in the western area of Nepal. Then if I talk about Kanchenjunga, so this is in the confluence area of Nepal and Sikkim. Okay, so if we see here, it lies in the state of Sikkim side ka Nepal. Now this is the easternmost. So let us see Kanchenjunga is mentioned in which of the following in the most eastern part. See here the option 2 lies. That is the correct answer is going to be 1, 3, 4 and 2. Dhaulagiri we know is the westernmost in these given option, and Kanchenjunga by all means is the easternmost as it lies in the Sikkim region. सिक्किम नेपाल का जो रीजन है वहाँ पे ये कंचनजंगा है. ओके, इफ़ आई टॉक अबाउट द अन्नपूर्णा देन, सो दिस इज़ ऑल्सो इन नेपाल एंड ये सेंट्रल नेपाल के रीजन में है. एंड देन दिस मकालू इज़ देयर इन द चाइना नेपाल बॉर्डर. ओके, सो द करेक्ट ओरिएंटेशन इज 1, 3, 4 and 2. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Let's now move to the next question. Now the Mount Iso is the highest peak in which of the following states? Now the Mount Iso lies in the state of Manipur. Okay, this is in the Manipur. If I talk about the Saramati peak, you have to tell me in the comment section it is the highest peak of which state. Okay, but if I talk about the Mount Iso, it is there in Manipur. Okay, Manipur is famous for its Phumdis, and a park is associated with these Phumdis which is called Kebul Lamjao Park. Now is Kebul Lamjao Park mein there are Phumdis and Sangai deer is also there. Now you have to tell me in the comment section that this Sangai deer IUCN status is what? Is it endangered? It is critically endangered, or this species is vulnerable species? This you have to tell me in the comment section. Okay, so Manipur ke regarding these points you have to know. Let us now move to the next question. That is, we have to arrange these northeastern hills in east to west direction. It means we have to arrange it east to west. Now if I talk about the Dafla hills, Dafla hills lies in the western Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. Okay, so this is there in the most eastern part. Now if I talk about the Abor hills, Miri hills, then there is Miri hills in the northeastern Arunachal Pradesh. Then there is Abor hills. These Abor hills rise in the region of Arunachal Pradesh near China. And if I talk about these Mishmi hills are in the northeastern tip of Arunachal Pradesh. So if we see the orientation from east to west, our option B is going to be the correct answer. Okay, now let us see the next question regarding where do Satpura and Vindhyas meet. Okay, now the Satpura and Vindhyas meet in the Maikal range. Okay, these points you have to note. There is no explanation to these points. Okay, so you need to know that the Satpura and Vindhyas it means meets at Maikal range. Now next question is, arrange the following hills in the west to east direction. Mahadev Hills, Kawailgarh Hills, and then Kamur Hills. We have to arrange it in the west to east direction. Now if you watch it correctly and if you know, this Kamur region lies in Bihar and this Mahadev Hills ka region lies in Madhya Pradesh. So in 100% it is going to be true that the Kamur Hill is going to be the easternmost in this. So let us see, the three option is given in option A and B. Now if we talk about the Mahadev Hills, these hills are in the central India, in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Okay, now if we talk about the Gawailgarh Hills, now these are a part of Satpura range. Okay, and these lies after the Gawailgarh Hills. So the correct orientation from west to east is going to be 2, 1 and 3. Okay, now these Mahadev Hills lies to the center, Kamur Hills lies to the easternmost, and this Gawailgarh Hills lies in the Satpura region. So ये जो Satpura है, I've already told you in the explanation part कि if I talk about to the west to east का orientation, तो मैंने बताया था Satpura is the westernmost, and then there is Mahadev, and then there is Maikal. ठीक है, so 2, 1, 3 is the correct orientation. Now let's see the next question, that is question number 7. How many statement here given is correct? Now this is mountain peak and this is state. Now Gir range is there in Gujarat. Now Gir National Park we know is famous for the Asiatic lions. So obviously this Gir range is in Gujarat. So this is absolutely correct. Now if I talk about Kalsubai, so this Kalsubai are in the region of Western Ghats around Maharashtra and not Karnataka. So this one is wrong. Now if I talk about the Kudermukh, now I told you that Kudermukh is in the region of Karnataka. In the explanation part बताया था ना, देखो question आ गया. Kudermukh is in the state of Karnataka and not Kerala. So this one is also wrong. Now Guru Shikhar, if I talk about, so Guru Shikhar is the highest point in the Aravalli range and it is in Rajasthan. So 1 and 4 is correct. So if the question is about how many pair is correct, so only 2 pairs of the given here are correct. Okay, now the next question is, Cardamom Hills are located only in the state of Kerala. Now when I was telling you about the Cardamom Hills in the explanation part, I already told you that these lies solely in the state of Kerala. So the first statement is true. Next statement is, Nilgiri mountains are spread through 4 states. Now clearly in the explanation part I have mentioned the states in which these Nilgiri mountains are, and these states are the states of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala, and not 4 states but 3 states. So this statement is, second one is wrong. Now next is, Annamudai peak in the Annamalai hills is the highest peak in the South India. See explanation का जो part दिया ना, most of the question आपको डायरेक्टली मिल जाएंगे क्योंकि ये जेनेरिक क्वेश्चंस हैं. दीज पॉइंट्स यू नीड टू नो. ओके, सो दिस इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. सो द करेक्ट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन वुड बी ओनली 2 pairs here are correct. Let us now see the next question, that is Armakonda Jighada, Galikonda are the mountains in which state? Now, Konda are the tribes. That is majority in the majority population are there in the state of Andhra Pradesh. This we will do in the chapter of tribes. I'll tell you about the Konda and all of the tribes, Bhils, Gonds, etc. We are going to cover the chapter of tribes also. So Konda is a tribe. Necessarily it resides in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So C is going to be the correct answer. Now, next is consider the following statement regarding the Bundelkhand plateau. Now, it lies east to the Vindhyas range. Is this statement correct? Now, the next question is the region is famous for its badland topography. Yes, badland topography of the Bundelkhand region is the area of Chambal river. And you have, I hope that you have watched the Pan Singh Tomar movie. Okay, it is a badland, it has a badland topography. River terraces of the Chambal river are there, so the statement is absolutely correct. Okay, now this statement is absolutely wrong because the Bundelkhand plateau lies between the Gwalior plateau and Vindhyas. Okay, this Bundelkhand plateau is not to the east of Vindhya range, but there is a plateau which name is Baghelkhand plateau. This Baghelkhand plateau lies to the east of Vindhya's range, not the Bundelkhand plateau. It lies between the Gwalior plateau and the Vindhyas. Okay, so the first statement is wrong. Only the second statement is true. That is why only 2 is correct. Okay, so with this we are done with the chapter, the questions of this chapter. I hope you have liked this video. If you have liked it, do give it a like, and you can mention your suggestions and how did you like this video in the comment section. Thank you for watching.